wait, Swizz, Nasir,
Yes.
did you bring a car here
Hi.
that we can hop into and test drive a little
What
bit?
did we pull up in?
The Cadillac truck.
Hey, we'll take anything.
Yeah.
Well, this is an exciting time. Drive with Swizz is out on Hulu. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I love the father-son duo, and I loved watching you both bond on the show.
Yes.
Also, I feel like Swizz, you pick on Nasir a little much.
I do. It's my therapy to pick on.
It's not just me.
And you do pick on him too, because I saw what episode? I think it was the first episode when you were trying to spray paint on Swizz a little bit. You were chasing him. I like those moments. I love it. So whose idea was this, Swizz? Was this your idea? Because we know you love cars.
I mean,
That's his idea.
my love for cars started in the Bronx. Seeing cars go by I couldn't afford. That's my car. This is going to be my car. And then I got my Nissan Z300 twin turbo for like $6,000. And then from there, I just became like in love with cars and collecting and winning car shows. And then this opportunity came up with Onyx Collective, Hulu, Tata J. Brown. And I was like, man, I would love to do a show about cars, but I want to do it different. I didn't want it to be like the rapper blinged out car show, which somebody can do. I wanted it to be family oriented. I wanted to touch on travel. I wanted to touch on community and the actual work that goes into these car clubs and car culture, and make it educational.
Yeah, I learned a lot about cars, and I'm not even really into cars. Well, we don't have a car, so let's just start off there. But I just learned so much about like mudding, drifting, and just different things that I didn't even know really existed like that. Monster trucks.
Yes.
I didn't realize, like, especially when you both were in Houston and realizing that's a thing out there. Monster Jam, monster trucks, it's huge.
Yeah, he's
a big
becoming
thing.
a monster
Big thing.
truck
It's a big
racer
thing.
soon.
But that discovery that you were finding that you were getting from the show, that's exactly, I'm happy to hear you say that, because that's exactly what we wanted it to be. We wanted it to emulate Discovery.
Yeah, it worked.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I learned about car culture in general, but clubs and how community is so important. And again, the first episode really stood out to me because I loved how you brought people from mudding together and, you know, just trying to bring different communities together. That was a cool moment.
Yeah, and letting people know, because people in Houston didn't even know about mudding.
Right.
See, and so it's like, okay, they knew about slabs and, you know, obviously that's the signature.
Right.
But they didn't know about other things that was happening in their own backyard. And that's why it was important for us to, even in LA, you know, we didn't highlight lowriders. We highlighted hot rods and what's the name of the racing? Baja racing.
Baja, yeah.
But when we went to Japan, we highlighted lowriders.
Right.
And so we wanted to like switch it up
it.
and show people the different things that they might not know that's right next to them.
You actually drove a monster truck.
Yes.
Was that scary? Was it normal? Were you worried? Like, because that's a lot of power, right?
Absolutely. I had a fun time. It wasn't dangerous. It wasn't.
For you, maybe. For the rest
Because
of
I
us.
saw
I
Swizz
promise you,
standing there looking
it was
very
so
worried.
safe. You'd be surprised. Like, it's probably safer than a normal car because of how much straps and
Right.
gear you have on.
Oh, okay.
It's like very, very safe. And then my instructor Bari, shout out to Bari, who's a zombie in Monster Jam right now. He was such a good teacher. He's very patient. but
First black monster truck driver in history. This
legend.
guy.
He was my teacher. So hopefully you'll see me at Monster Jam very soon.
Oh.
Do you feel, Nasir, do you feel like this is something you might want to do? Just like get into cars, become a driver, whether it's a monster truck or something else?
Yeah, I mean, definitely a monster truck above everything else.
Okay, wait, Swizz, are you worried hearing that? Do you get, no?
Nah, because I know the person that's going to teach him. He's the best in the world. So
Right.
if he's going to do it, he's doing it the right way.
Yeah, and like I picked it up pretty fast, so it was like, for me, it was easier than driving a normal car
Really? Why is that?
because it's like a huge toy car. Like,
Yeah.
it's just so much power.
So much fun. I feel like you did enjoy it, but I did get worried when Bari had the fire suit on, right? And I was like, wait a minute.
Like fire suit?
You have a fire suit on. What was, I guess, your favorite city to go to and learn about the car culture in it?
I learned something from every city, every place we've been, but I would definitely, I would say I felt the energy in Houston.
Okay.
We always usually say Japan for the obvious reasons, but Houston just had like a soul to it that you couldn't escape, you know.
True.
And I love the way that when we brought both car clubs, the Mudders and the Slabs, and we brought them together, and how genuine they was with each other as well.
Yeah.
You know, like you can feel that, and you know we don't see that in our community also. And so to see that side of it beyond the cars, that, you know, Houston is a special place.
Yeah. How about for you, Nasir? Favorite city that you just really enjoyed the car culture in?
I really love Porsche, so Atlanta was a really good one for me as well.
Yeah.
Like you said, we learned so many things in each one of the cities, but I like Porsches because of just everyday drive. Like that's one of my favorite everyday cars. So
It's not an everyday car.
The Porsche Club was really cool, and the Jeep Club in Atlanta was amazing too.
cool.
And I lived in Atlanta for a certain amount of time when I was a kid, and he had his time in Atlanta as well. So it's cool to see where he grew up and where he went to school, where he got kicked out of school too.
Oh,
and then it was just really cool.
But I finished strong.
There you go. That's right.
Yeah,
I was going to say
in
with
the end, he went to
Porsches,
Harvard, so
right.
it doesn't really matter, does it?
Porsches are only stick, right? It's only manual.
No.
They have automatic ones?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So Nessa, we'll put that on the bucket list.
No. You could put that on a bucket
you
list.
could put
I
that-
know how to drive a stick.
Do
My
you?
first car was a
Hey.
Honda Civic stick.
Really?
Yes. It was my brother's
two-door?
hand-me-down. The two-door.
I know it's
Wow.
mine.
And it was green,
I
and my
didn't
brother
know.
taught me that was, and also I used the car, so I know how to drive a stick.
Wow. Hills?
Okay.
Was there hills?
Of course, there were hills.
Wow.
Damn.
Yes,
Nessa.
I took the car to San Francisco Oakland because
Right.
I went to school at UC Berkeley, and you know it's
There's
all
nothing
hills
but
in
hills
San
in
Francisco.
Well, you
Yeah,
don't
so
want
I,
to stick in San Francisco.
yeah, I drove a stick out there.
Okay. All
Wow.
right.
Well, how was it for you, Nasir? Did your dad do a good job teaching you how to drive stick? We saw it on the episode. How would you rate him as a teacher?
I think he's impatient.
Impatient.
Yeah, but I think only because when it comes to passenger seat driving, like
I'm the worst.
he's very patient with teaching anything and everything else. Him in the passenger seat is you just don't. It's just annoying.
It's annoying.
But
I agree.
I think he was a good teacher, but I think it was more stick actually takes like time to practice the rhythm. Once you catch the rhythm of it, it's not as hard as you'd think.
I agree, 100%. I actually encourage people to know how to use stick and drive a stick. I think it's
ultimate
important.
control.
Yeah. Oh, for sure,
Ultimate
100%.
control. If you can drive stick, you shouldn't get in no accidents. Like
Hopefully.
you really
Really?
can control the car like of a drop of a dime.
Right. It forces you also to be paying attention.
Right.
You can't afford not to be
You
paying
can't be on your
attention.
phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Because you need to.
Yeah, you have to be fully engulfed like while you're driving a
Yeah,
stick
and
for sure.
the drifters in Tokyo, that's all they were doing. They were using like the stick in different crazy ways. They were
That was my favorite
Finessing.
episode, by the way.
Yeah, I think for all of us, only to see Swizz so terrified, I literally, I feel like your heart left your body.
I mean, I don't think people understand how fast we was going.
How
And
fast was it?
I couldn't even see. That's how fast
gosh.
we was going.
And it's like you're in control, but you're not in control.
Oh, we wasn't in
But
control.
you have to let somebody else be in control
You
of
had to
being
let it go.
not in control.
You had to let it go.
You had to let it
Because like
go
I said,
for
the
sure.
trees don't move. And you got to understand this about the show. When we pulled up, that's when we knew what we was doing.
Right.
Right? So they never showed us this is the track, this is how it's going to be. They said, oh, you're going to meet the woman champion
Right.
drifter in the world and her teacher. And they have a great story. Okay, let's go. But we don't, and they're like, oh, no, you guys are getting in too.
I was really scared for the both of you. And actually, especially when they said that they were going to go through a dangerous part of the course. Remember that
Right,
part?
yeah.
And I was like, did you know it was dangerous?
the whole thing was dangerous. You talking about
Even when they pulled up and they did that donut around you guys, I was like, oh my gosh, what if
The whole
they hit
thing
the
was
car?
serious.
It's very, very, very
Like-
dangerous.
even watching it, it's
Yes.
going slower than we was going.
Really?
I'm telling you, we
Man.
was going so fast. And mind you, his car was right next to
I
mine.
know the
Seeing
drifting to
that-
see the cars
Like I
parallel.
could touch his car.
That's
Like I can
insane.
go, hey.
What was the moment you knew that this is so dangerous that I have to text my wife? Like, this is going to be a real thing if something goes down.
Because I started thinking in tens. I do this a lot. Like I could see something and predict the whole thing. I don't know, it comes from the streets, right? So then that started happening. And I'm looking and we hitting these corners and I'm seeing this car kind of like lose it a little bit. And I was just like, yo, we don't have room for no mistakes. And I was like, okay, I gotta call my wife. And I'm not even lying, like she made me even more scared. What the hell are you doing that for? Why would you do that? Why are they making you do that? I said, I'll call you back.
Which probably made her more worried.
Yes.
I agree with all of the questioning.
Right.
I mean, that is terrifying.
It's like, what did you sign? Like, why are you doing this? Like, you don't need to do this. Like, I was like, it's all good.
It's all good as you're like, yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
So would you do it again?
I would do it again.
Not through the mountains.
It was
I
worth
would
it.
do a track.
Okay.
See, this was different because we're in the mountains, in the hill.
Yeah.
So imagine being in a forest and
Like
the roads
you will
there.
fall off essentially the cliff.
That's what I'm trying to say.
And they were so good at doing it. They knew the track so well that they were doing it at night.
Yeah, night.
No.
Yes. And there was no
I
like.
went for a night drive.
I remember like one of the champions, her car, her training car, her lights went off and she was drifting and I was in the car with her and it was with no lights.
Stop it.
That's how well she knew the track.
So you guys went back again. You didn't drift just that one time.
No, I went like 3 times.
Oh my.
The
Swizz,
same day.
Yeah.
How's your heart right now as you hear Nasir saying this?
I wanted to sleep with my helmet on that night. Straight
It's
up.
crazy.
Right when the car stopped, Swizz, you hopped out the car.
Immediately.
Jumped out.
Because I my life was in their hands too long.
Right. Like, how long was
I had
the
to get
course?
back control.
It was
Right.
probably like total of 5 minutes.
Oh, man.
It felt like the longest.
But you don't
5
understand, like
minutes.
they would accelerate the car to the max and they would basically like swerve the car and throw the car and
On
pop the
purpose.
clutch.
Yes.
And that's how they would drift. And they were like they were throwing the car.
The car was a piece of paper.
In my heart right now, I'm just like,
Right.
that's a lot. Would you ever do it again, Swizz?
I would.
Just on a racetrack, like you said.
Yeah.
Not in the
on a racetrack.
mountains.
The mountain was
That was different.
it was for real.
Right.
You know, a racetrack it has barriers, you can hit them, but the trees don't move.
Right. What was the most unique tradition that you learned related to car culture in whatever city or country that you went to?
What I learned was that it's more community than the car. You know, and you would see these guys really no budget building these cars and engines with their hands. And I'm seeing them like, you know, how much is this going to cost? How long is this going to take? Everything. Just for them to get like $100 trophy.
Ooh.
And I'm asking
gosh.
myself, you know, why would you do this for $100 trophy? Then I realized the trophy just was just a signal of that project being done. Because all they're going to do is go start an entire another project because
Right.
that's how that community communicated with each other
Right.
through handiwork, through fixing, through painting the cars. Then I also learned discipline, especially when we was in Japan and I was trying to buy all type of stuff. I was like, I need this car. And like, how much is this? And nothing was for sale.
Really?
Nothing was for sale. And I said, listen, just tell me the number you want for this car.
And
Because
they-
it's an old school, so it can't be too crazy.
Right.
And it was just no price. And it was like, no. And the guy comes up and he says, the reason why I can't sell you this car is because I built it with my hand. It took me 10 years. I said, wow.
I love that. It's one of my favorite. It's actually one of the main reasons I love going to Japan. It's my
Yes.
favorite. Because what you just said right now is really a representation of the entire culture.
100%.
Right? The attention to details, to pay attention to everything. It's just, It's immaculate.
The pride they take in what they do.
It's his favorite place in the world.
Oh,
1,000%.
I'm with you a
I've
gazillion
loved,
percent.
Like anime since I was a kid. I love the architecture. I love the clothing, just the whole culture there, the food, everything there.
It's amazing, right?
You're in a different planet.
I've been wanting to live there for such a long time,
man,
even
we
if it's
love
6
Japan.
months. Nasir, I think this is a sign that we need to go out there and live for at least 6 months to a year.
That is a fact. I'm planning on doing it this year.
I agree. I think
You
it's
know
so
this year's
great.
almost over.
Well, next year.
Next year, I'm with you, Nasir. I'm with you.
You see, like this is.
You see that?
He
I
knows
saw what- I
exactly
saw
what
what
I
Dad
mean.
tried to do.
It's just like,
I saw that. The hate. It's hate.
No, it's not hate. It's love, but it's annoying.
It's annoying. I love it.
I mean, speaking of that, how was your guys' bond? Like, how long were you guys filming for? First off,
I think about 6 months.
6
Really?
months.
It was that long?
Yeah, because we stopped.
We just had breaks, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
And then did you learn anything new about each other in those 6 months that you guys were together doing dangerous things like drifting?
Yeah, I didn't think he had it in him like that. As far as the speed,
Right.
you know, I never, because he's never really been into cars. His love for cars came with this show.
Oh,
You know, this generation, they're not really into cars like my generation.
Well,
our
there are, but
generation.
I'm personally, I wasn't prior.
wow. Okay. So do you feel like you found just new, I don't know, respect, love for the art of car culture in general, Nasir?
Definitely. We went into everyone's garage, which is like their heart and their soul, essentially, because they
Yeah.
put all of their life force into their craft, and they showed us all of the different things that made them unique. He doesn't know. He doesn't think I had the speed in me because he was never. I had a fast car in Miami, but that was always there. But it was like being there on the show. You definitely got to test your nerve.
Right.
Definitely in that way. But yeah, I definitely learned how to love cars more being on the show. I mean, there's absolutely no way I couldn't have.
Right.
Because the people were just so phenomenal. They were so dedicated, and you really get inspired when you see people that diligent about their passion. And we got to inspire each other, and that was the whole point of us meeting them. You know, it was so that we could all inspire each other, and that's the point of us integrating them with other car cultures to expand the
Right.
car culture in that area was to inspire each other, and I think we did a really good job at that.
Did you both annoy each other at some point during the 6 months process? You know, like just regular parent, child dynamic. You're just like, okay, I get it.
It's my job to annoy him.
I love it. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
my job to annoy him.
But my thing was probably like
It's a great job.
the early mornings, like, being on time.
Right.
Yeah, but who's on time now?
You are on time, bro.
Okay.
Let's
I
go.
give you that. I give you that. Okay. This press run, he's been
Let's
on
go.
point.
Ready.
I have no complaints. But during the show, my thing as a father is like, this is a great team we have. This is a great network. All eyes are on us. Let's be
Right.
professional as possible. And you can still have fun. And so that was me annoying him.
Yeah. I love it though.
Yeah.
What would you say is your biggest fear and biggest hope for your son?
My biggest fear?
And hope.
That's a good question.
My biggest fear for him is him not, which I think is impossible, him not live out his true dreams. Like, that'd be my biggest fear because he has so much, like, this guy is not regular. Like, and the world will find out soon. Like, his brain is different. His thought process is different. You could tell even the way he's dressing. He's not with us. Right?
It's amazing, by the way.
Right? Like, he has his own world, his own
That's right.
many things. And it would be sad for him not to live out these master plans I know he have. And my biggest hope, you said hope?
Yep. And hope.
And my biggest hope is that he maintains being grounded, and the way that he is to others, and the love that people show him, he gives back. I hope that he never changed those great ways.
Oh, that's amazing. I love it. And you know what? Again, this show is not just a car show. It's really about community. It is about building. It's about learning. But just seeing the dynamic between you two, I love it.
Thank you.
Is this something that was like just non-negotiable for you? Were you just like, no, I want to have my son with me. This show has to be this, or I'm not going to do it?
I felt like that.
Yeah.
Because, there was other people that was going to come in as a co-host. On screen, it would have looked great.
Sure.
But for me, it was about how can we have the strongest message?
Yeah.
I didn't want it to be a celebrity thing. I wanted the people that we was showcasing for them to be the celebrities.
Right.
And I felt that having my son with me gave the balance and gave the family aspect, and then we was able to collectively come together and make all those people feel like the superstars that they are in front of the world. So for me, that felt better.
It definitely was that. You guys accomplished that for sure.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Okay, so Swizz, what was the first car that you fell in love with and why?
Wait, can I
Yeah,
guess?
of course.
Was it the
You good if you know this one.
Countach?
Yes.
Hey.
That's great.
I love it. Okay, so tell us why. Do you know the reasoning behind why?
I think I could recite the whole thing.
Okay, recite it and we'll see. Okay. Why was it?
It's because him just growing up in the neighborhood of the Bronx, him seeing like the cars that people are driving around in, and people saying, "Oh, that's his car, that's his car." Him being inspired to want to work towards getting a car, and reach new levels in life. I think he saw that car, and it was definitely something that he set as a skyscraper for his list for him to conquer, and then he was able to do that, I'm sure.
Swizz? Yeah?
Yeah, I always wanted, still to this day, things that people don't have. I didn't see a Countach in the hood at all. Mm-hmm. But I seen a Countach on magazines, I seen a Countach on TV shows, and I was like, this thing looks like a spaceship. That's what I want. And that's why the Countach was special to me. I never got it, by the way.
I think that would be so cool.
To get the Countach?
Yes.
I'm in a different space.
I'm in that space. I get the Countach.
But the Countach doesn't, like, the look-wise, like, I would love to have it in the house.
Yeah.
But not to drive.
Okay, why and why? Because I don't know cars, so why? Like,
it's just that the technology wasn't where it needed to be at that time. The steering is heavy, the car is heavy. Getting in and out of it is a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But look-wise, it just felt amazing back then.
Right.
Now,
so cool.
I don't really do old school cars anymore. I'm not a mechanic.
Right.
Like I'm away too long. When I come back, I want to press a button and go.
Yeah.
And so I gave up my old school cars. And
really?
yeah.
All of them?
Yeah. I have two here in the city, but the technology's kind of good.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm talking about like the F40 or the Countach, like hardcore, like Eleanor from Gone in 60 Seconds. I love the way the car looked, but I got stuck on the West Side Highway. I remember like Flex had to come send a truck to get me and stuff.
No.
I wanted to leave it. And it was like on a Friday night, popping West Side Highway. The joint just cuts off, can't start it, can't jump it. And people are driving by talking mess. You spent all that money for the car that don't work.
Oh my gosh. And wait, you just called Flex and he was able to get it taken care of?
Yeah, because I was like close to the station and
wow.
And I was just speaking to him about the car. I'm like, yo, I got the Shelby out today. He's like, yo, I want to see it. And so his name was on my mind already.
Got it.
And I didn't know like no tow companies. I didn't know anything. I just called like, yo, I need a truck. I'm in the middle of traffic.
Yeah.
By myself. Nobody's with me. Friday night.
Did people recognize you?
Immediately.
They're like,
yes.
Swizz Beatz. Wait.
And
Yes.
a Friday night on the
Friday
West Side
night.
Highway. Oh gosh.
Friday night.
Wait, what era is this? Like, where's like?
What year is this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
what year? Where are we at right
This
now?
is not long ago. This is 2000. We in 23 now. This had to be like 15.
Oh, this is not that long ago.
No.
This is Swizz Beatz
Yes.
car broken down.
Yes. Yes. Swizz!
Did anyone offer to help you, give you a ride or anything?
Nah, nope. A couple people was like, yo, you need help, this, that, and that.
That's
I'm
nice.
like, I got it. It was super love,
Yeah.
but it was super embarrassing
Right.
and super annoying.
Right. With your love for cars, did you ever play video games, car racing games at all?
I wasn't really big into video games.
Okay.
I was always into music,
Got it.
DJing and things like that. I had video games, but I wasn't like per se these guys. My kids, they love video games. I don't know. Like I was kind of forced to be grown in the Bronx. Like my life was moving a little bit faster, and the people around me were older, so they was doing different things. You know, like they was DJing, they was breakdancing, and I was the youngest breakdancer in my hood. GTR, Guaranteed to Rock. So I just was around a more older environment. So I think I missed the video game days.
So you didn't play like Super Mario Kart?
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, that's the only racing anything I ever did was Super Mario Kart.
I played in the corner store, those video games, but I wasn't like a must.
Basically, our family is really competitive when it comes to games, right? I'm a Mortal Kombat person.
I like it.
Right.
I like it.
My brother's like a 2K person. Everyone has their specific game.
Yeah.
My dad is he's pretty good at. Actually, now that I think about it, you don't really be playing games with us.
I'm trying to tell you. I don't play no games.
How about Super
Literally
Mario
figuring-
Kart? Do you like Super Mario Kart, Nasir?
I like Super Mario Kart, but I'm not like a fanatic of Super Mario Kart.
Okay, but you like it, like okay. At least it's
So
there.
not like a
it. I
family
like Mario.
game.
It's
It's
fun.
not a
It's
family
fun.
game. We're
It's
not
fun.
competing. Yeah, it's fun.
It's
Okay.
fun. Like we play Uno, we play Monopoly, we play ping pong.
Nice.
Who wins?
Yeah, who's
Who's like the winner?
I win a lot.
Let's go.
Nice.
Yeah, I win a lot.
And you
And
guys
which
take
one?
it easy on
And most of them.
He
the
wins a
younger
lot in ping pong.
siblings?
And Uno.
And Uno. Egypt wins Monopoly.
Oh,
Alicia wins backgammon.
Backgammon.
She's the backgammon queen in the house.
Yeah.
And I just get lucky with things.
Right.
how has hip hop influenced your appreciation for cars?
Hip hop and cars always been brothers and sisters. You know, since day one, because hip hop comes from the streets, and people that were in the streets, they was getting these cars done up, this, that, and the third, and that transitioned into how people wanted to look, dress, and hip hop as well. And so I think that it's an instrument the car is your instrument in hip hop for sure. Every artist I know had to have a car to match their status or their energy when doing music. And so still to this day, yeah, it's a big influence.
You know what? And now all makes even more sense understanding your love for cars just in general, but also understanding Rough Riders,
Yeah.
right? Like just the whole culture of just riding in general and
Yeah.
just it. I don't know why it took me a second for all that to connect, but it totally makes sense about that.
Yeah.
That's really, really cool.
Yeah.
How did that initially, was that when the name came about, was that just an easy, oh, that goes hand in hand. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to, carry on my back?
Well, my Uncle Wad had a vision for a long time with the bikes. So the Rough Rider bike chapters was way before you guys heard music from us at Rough Riders. The music was kind of the transition from the street into the industry and to do things a little more positively.
Right.
Based on my grandfather having concerns. You know, he's the imam, our family helped built Mosque number 7, and they doing a lot of positive things in the hood. And here are my uncles going against that. And so they had a meeting, and my grandfather wanted them to either move out of the city
Wow.
or do something positive. And,
Wow.
and they chose to do music.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. A lot of people, this is the first time.
Wow. That is
cool.
And I don't know, it gives a different level of appreciation to really understand the backstory on that. Nasir, when you were growing up, did you realize, I know he's your dad to you, but when did you realize, if at any point, oh, this is Swizz Beatz, this guy who's worked with, icons, he himself is an icon. When did you realize that?
Well, first of all of my friends at school, we'd always be singing his songs. I was like his biggest fan.
Oh,
I still am, and I feel like I didn't really grasp that concept until I was like 15, like 14 type thing, like 8th grade. Or 7th grade, when I really started seeing like just like the levels of how globally known and respected he was. You know, I think even now till this day, like the amount of people that I meet that he's inspired is really, it's just impressive. You know, he truly does deserve all the accolades that he gets on a daily basis.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you, sir.
That is a really cool moment. And Swizz, you know that you definitely deserve all the flowers. You've done so much. You continue to do so much.
Thank you.
And, you know, it's funny. I was reading up. You had told Billboard that you feel like your music is the only thing in life that doesn't represent where you are today. And, you know, you've accomplished so much and you're not satisfied at all. This is what you're saying in this quote. How are you not satisfied? Multi-platinum, Grammy Award winning producer who's done it time and time and time again. What else is left for you at this point?
A lot.
Okay.
A lot.
Okay.
Because, you know, you can be comfortable.
Sure.
Or you can keep pushing the envelope, you know. And I feel that music and creativity has no age. You know, nowadays they put a limit on your greatness age-wise.
Sure.
And when you look back at Luther Vandross, James Brown, you know, all these different artists, Al Green, you name it, they had long careers. I mean, Lionel Richie is still touring, selling out everything.
Isn't that beautiful?
Amazing.
That's right.
You know, but it's not being promoted as great. You know, and I feel that the labels put this in place because when you get to a certain age, they can't take advantage of you no more.
Ooh,
right? They can take advantage of the kids, but they can't take advantage of it. We did 10 contracts. I'm gonna eventually understand the business of that. So that's a headache. And so I feel like me personally, I've traveled the world. I have so many different sides of music that I would love to share with the culture. And, you know, I've been put in a box to just do this particular sound that I started with. They're like, yo, I need this. And so everything else I feel advanced in my life except for my music. And I'm ready to change that, like, starting now and bring people into my world of where it's at now musically, not with the nostalgia of Rough Riders and what I was doing, you know, as young Swizz Beatz. I want people to hear and understand, like, where I'm at with it now today. But it's going to take people's mind to be open.
Well, we're waiting for it, by the way. We're open. We're here for it. What do you ultimately want your legacy to be?
I want my legacy to be a capsule of information that you can keep passing down. Yeah.
And I feel like you do that with everything, whether it's music, whether it's this show. I mean, that is what everything you do, right? For the most part, right?
Yeah, I try.
Do you have, I'm sure you enjoy life in different ways, right? Vacation, just things for you.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
I have a good time. I'm not going to lie about that. Because that's a part of it.
Gotcha.
You know, like my whole motto is live on vacation and go to work.
Ooh, that's a great motto. We all need this.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Because I watch so many of my older peers start trying to live life at 70, and they dressing like this at 70. I don't want to dress like this at 70. I want to be fly at 70.
Right,
but I don't
got
want
you.
to act like, you know, I'm younger than I am. I want to embrace my age. And I just actually spoke to Pharrell about this. I was like, yo, you know, people don't know that embracing your age is actually special. Being okay with getting more wisdom.
Oh, yes.
Wiser.
Yes.
I think it's fly.
It's a blessing, really.
Yeah.
To be able to wake up and know that, okay, I have more wisdom, more experience, and I can pass it on and share this information. I agree 100%.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you this. So we had a fun moment with Irv Gotti a couple years ago. And he shared this story about being in the studio with DMX recording What's My Name. And he said in the beginning of the song where X is yelling, you think it's a game? And he goes off a bit. Irv said that X was actually yelling at him because he didn't like Irv's energy. Were you in studio that day?
No.
Oh, man.
But
Wait.
I could see X giving Irv the business. For sure. Because it just depends on his move. And X had a great relationship with him, so he's going to extra give it to him.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, we all miss X. What would you say is one of your most memorable moments recording with X?
So many moments.
Yeah.
Countless moments with the dog. But I think when we did Flesh in My Flesh, Blood in My Blood, it was the first time that we traveled together, got out of New York City. We was in Miami, the Hit Factory, when it first opened. And it just felt like we made it. Like, I remember we rented some cars and the weather was good. It was just a whole different scenery. And he wanted to come in the studio early. You know, he was working out, he was playing basketball. I think that was like the best time that we had making a project. There was no pressure. And then it also had like the right people around. It wasn't just access for anybody because, you know, our doors are open for everybody at the studio. So all type of energies was able to come in.
Right.
But this, when we was in Miami, you couldn't just pop up on us. And I think that X focus, it was the most I've seen him focus. And it was one of the most times I've seen him free with no worries. So I think that was like the best time.
I don't know if you know this. I hope you do, but you do such a great job honoring and celebrating X.
Thank you.
And I know as fans,
For sure.
how much we appreciate that and love it. We never had the honor to ever meet X. It was just one of the things we really
man.
Never
wish.
met X?
No.
Never.
Both of y'all?
Never.
Never did.
He would have lit
Never.
this room up.
Man, that's like when I look back, I'm like, man, there's a few people I wish like I was around for, like obviously Tupac, but
Yeah, I
we were
didn't meet
kids,
Pac.
like we were children, right?
Yeah, I didn't meet Pac.
You didn't meet Pac, right? X is someone for us, like we grew up listening to, and it's just like, man, that's a big reason why we got into music, right? And doing radio and hoping we could come across all the icons and stars. But thank you for always honoring X. And we appreciate you so much. And I love everything you're doing right now. And I love that, you know, doing a TV show, hosting was a little bit different, but you did good, Swizz. You and Nasir, you guys did that right there.
Yeah, I commend you guys for this work.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you that. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Thank you.
Like voiceovers and like, whoa, like that's a whole nother industry.
Right. I heard the VO work. I heard it. I was like, let's go, Swizz. You did good.
He worked hard on that.
Let me tell you something.
I know. I could tell.
Like,
for
really,
sure.
That was
really
the hardest
hard.
thing I've done in many years. Because like, you know, you don't have the tone of voice on a piece of paper.
Right.
Like, I had a great coach.
Right.
It's the only way I got through it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But my respect for the voiceover people out there.
Oh, yeah. It's
is
different.
Serious.
Yeah. Well, is there going to be a season 2 for Drive with Swizz?
If he want to do it. If they
Oh,
want to
come
do
on.
it. If
You
y'all
know-
want it to happen.
Absolutely. And wait, I think there should be spinoffs. I think
Yeah.
Swizz, you could do spinoffs. I mean, look, I'm sure you could do yachts, boats, like whatever, but you guys can probably do different spinoffs in this.
Airplanes and jetpacks.
Because I
Oh, no, we got crazy stuff lined up.
Yeah, like I would be.
This is just the intro.
I don't want to spoil it, but we've definitely been brainstorming about taking it to a whole different, faster, bigger, crazier, just more epic dynamic. Like
You guys are going to the moon, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's
Y'all
what
are
it
going
is.
to
That's
outer
actually
space?
we've
Yeah.
been talking about that.
Nasir, you need to hang out with
Y'all
us.
are going to outer space.
Okay.
This is amazing. But you know what? I love how Nasir's excited about
Right.
faster, bigger, everything. And I don't know how Swizz is feeling right now.
That's
He's like, yeah.
that's the point. Like it's supposed to, like that balance is why it's so fun.
Yeah.
Look, I would love a season 2, but I'm not gonna lie. I love the break. I love this downtime I'm gonna have after this.
Yeah.
Because this was, you know, people think that things are easy. Like that
not.
schedule
Yeah.
is serious.
Oh, yeah. The schedules are
Because of
long.
her.
Yeah, exactly.
5 a.m.
See her?
all
Right.
week.
5 a.m.?
5 a.m.
Are you a morning person?
No.
Are you a morning person?
Starting my 4th beat at 5
I
a.m.
literally this morning I got home from the studio at 5. I had to wake up at 8. We left the hotel at 8:30.
And you were on time. Look at that.
Look at this.
This is great.
Yeah, but I could tell he's sleepy.
Yeah, I mean we gotta work all day and
He's
all
doing
night.
great, though.
Yeah.
This is
He is,
awesome.
man.
And
He
we'll be
is.
waiting for season 2. I'm excited to see where this goes. And great show. You guys
you.
did good.
You guys did
You
great.
did
Thank
really,
you so
really
much.
good.
Thank
Especially
you.
for people who aren't into cars. I wanted to watch it because of the experience
That's the key.
that you both were having. And I just enjoy the dynamic. I love it.
Thank you.
I
Because
love
it's
it.
important. There's many shows that's just about cars.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And
Nonstop. Yeah.
But that pie is already taken.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, we wanted to create a new pie.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
We're here for it. More pie.
Yes, more pie.
Bring a car next
You
time.
was
I'm
trying to
kidding.
steal the pie.
I did double think that.
I've seen you.
Well, thank you both for taking the time, stopping by, and having this
course.
conversation. Swizz, it's always an honor.
Yeah, same.
Nasir, I'm looking forward to everything you're working on.
Right.
Like I'm excited for you.
Yeah, he got an album coming. He got a lot of stuff. See, if he was more awake, he'd get into these things.
Well, I was
You
gonna
didn't
say that before you interrupted me. I have this album coming out in January called Note Fury that I've been working on for like 2.5 years. And yeah, you guys, I wanna come back and play it for you.
Yeah, please. And what's the
Absolutely.
sound behind it? What can we expect on this?
It's very radical. It's very groundbreaking. Like it's like a mix of hip hop, classical, rock and roll, and like almost like a sweater weather neighborhood type vibe too.
Ooh, I like it.
It's
Wait,
awesome. Cool.
I told you he's not regular. Sweater weather, what?
Sweater weather neighborhood
did you hear
vibe.
Kitchen? She's like,
I was
ooh.
ready. I'm like, is
I like
it
that.
gloomy sweater weather? I'm ready.
What color sweater?
Yeah, what kind of sweater?
Sweater
it a
weather
knit
is
sweater?
a song, Dad.
Oh,
Wait, so do you run the songs by your dad, or would you rather not have his input?
No, I love his input.
Oh, that's
he
good.
he gives very great input. But I hoard them for a while.
Sure.
I enjoy them, and then I play them for everyone else.
Right.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got to come back. You said January.
Yeah, I'm
We're gonna
looking-
hold you to it, Nasir.
Yes.
Don't skip out on us.
his
I won't.
publicist is right
I won't.
there.
There you go.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah. So please stop by. But I am looking forward to it. Anything
thank you so
else that you're
much.
working on?
I'm actually looking forward to working with a couple of big studios to finish fleshing out my anime that I've been writing for
Let's
like
go.
6 years.
Fun.
Called The 13th Month. You guys are the first to hear it. Like I'm talking about it here, and man, it's just like that's like a super huge project that we've been working on. And
That's serious.
You know how amazing it would be, Nasir, if you can have a premiere for your anime in Japan.
whoa.
Whoa.
That's why I'm telling you, I'm gonna go stay out there and study out there for like 6 months.
Yes.
And the show you're gonna see, this guy's name is Arthel, and he has his own studio in Japan. It's like the first black anime studio in Japan. Period. Like he went and like just figured out the codes to life out there.
Wow.
Yeah, I want to go study under him.
Oh my goodness, you have to do this.
1,000%.
And what about your sword making?
Yeah, but like I gotta go do that in the right way. The sword, I want to go
The
like
sword
forge
making.
a sword, and make an album at the same time in Japan.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
You bought a sword when we were in Japan.
I did. Nasir, we have a lot in common. Absolutely, I did. I did buy a sword in Japan. It's special. I love Japan. So I'm excited. You're gonna do all of these things, and I can't wait to talk about it.
Right.
This is really cool.
We're excited.
You're a true creative. Sorry, Swizz. You
Thank
are
you.
too. Don't,
No,
don't
thank you.
I
You're
agree
all right.
with you.
You're all right. You're all
I
right.
agree with you.
Like right now, I'm designing this head tattoo for my dad, for it to go like back and all the way around like a crown on his head. You got to see it.
A tattoo?
It's
You're not gonna
sick.
do it, Swizz? I think you should take. Yes, if he's creating this tattoo, you'd have to get it. Isn't that the
You
highest?
should get it.
Isn't that the highest
should get
honor?
Right.
Of
You
your
like art?
child.
Yeah, you like art, right?
You love art.
I love art.
Wait, this is the
I'll
highest.
have Kehinde Wiley do it and everything.
There you go.
This is the highest, literally, honor that a parent can receive. Their child making
There's
them
more
something.
ink.
Yeah, more. I mean, they're making it for you.
It's a gift, and he already has my face on his body.
Yeah, I
There you
do.
So
Oh.
like I was just trying to help it, like just like
Balance
cherry-
it out.
On my
the
head?
cherry, yeah, on your head, like boom, like right.
But it's a
here.
crown. I get it. Yeah, I'm not mad.
What's his face?
I'm
I'm
designing.
Team Nasir all day in this.
Hard.
Yes.
Jeez.
Let's go.
Let's go.
A lot of great projects coming up.
What's your Instagram? Where can people find you and follow you and just be a part
You
of
can
everything
follow
you
me
do?
at Note Marcato, NOTEMARCATO. That's my Instagram, is Note Marcato.
Awesome.
That shit is hard.
Well, thank you both so much for being here today. And it's classic New York right now,
Yeah.
right? Classic. Well, thank you both so much.
Yeah, they're already coming for me for this tattoo.
Right. Thank you, guys.